Hello and welcome back to Geek Feng Shui, where we usually have everything set up properly before I go on the video. But today we're going to do our daily Feng Shui as we recover from a fun night of gaming with Diablo 4 Early Access. I have some characters created, and I guess I used to call them a guild. They call them a clan in Diablo 4. Kind of unique fun. One nice thing about the clans is if you create it, all of your characters are in it for the account. Instead of having to have somebody, would you mind me this? It's a pretty character, yada yada yada. And they have a common cache or chest where you can put stuff in. Because who hasn't found something? Hey, this would be great for a barbarian. Also been having fun with the Echo Link. That's the ability to do ham radio over the internet. Had conversations with people in Alaska, Florida, England. It's kind of cool. So you don't have to sit outside with an antenna and hope that you can connect. This allows you to do so over the internet through repeaters. You have to be licensed to use it because you have to upload a certificate. You can't fudge it. It's like a coffee shop, friends getting together and chat. Check out my books at sellersjr.com. Check out the fun at breweries like Chaotic Good here in Casson, Minnesota. Or if you're up in Golden Valley, Under Pressure. I'll be doing some more Diablo 4 tonight. I'm going to try to get all my characters up evenly. So as I get advanced levels and find stuff that's, hey, you have to be level 45 to use this, I'll have level 45. And there's no naming reservations. I was curious about that because in World of Warcraft, on a server, you can only have one character named a name. But I accidentally had duplicate names even in my own character list. They add numbers after the names. So if you want a barbarian named Garfunkel, Joe over there wants one named Garfunkel, you can both be happy. And no, my barbarian is not Garfunkel. But now that I say that, I may have to create one. Maybe I'll make a hardcore barbarian named Garfunkel. Initially with Diablo 4, I'm not playing hardcore. I do have characters created for that. But I'm going to wait till I get to know the game a little bit better. As hardcore is die once. It sucks. Back in the day in Diablo 2, we'd be running around with level 90s that would die. It's like, well, we'll see in a month or two when you rebuild. But that is the fun of hardcore. Once I got into it, I didn't do Care Bear, is what we call the other, if you're hardcore player. Care Bear people kind of hate that term, but it is what it is. It's like PvP. In World of Warcraft, they no longer have PvP servers. You have servers where you can flag yourself PvP, but you don't have to. That's for all the people that complain about, well, they keep killing me when you're on a PvP server. It's also a sign that the game might be starting to dwindle. It really isn't, in my opinion, what I enjoyed of it. But you can check out my Diablo 4 videos on this channel. Please consider subscribing. And Twitch, I did one, just to put one out there.
Good day, good day.
What do you have today?
Nothing of interest.
Thank you. I am sure
Have you got a contract?
there are contracts.
The Phantom
Target is a
burned
talent
down.
in the business of murder. No hurry, but sooner's always better than later. You go on.
So, let's try the cards. A couple different ways I can do this. Let's do something different. It's National Leave Work Day today, June 2nd. So if you're at work in one of those high-rise buildings in a downtown metropolis, tell your boss, I checked the calendar, gotta go. If you work from home, you really just gotta face that to-do list. So far, I'm enjoying Diablo 4. One of the downsides of being in the beta is that everything is painfully familiar rather than painfully new, up to a certain point. When I played World of Warcraft, I was in two of their, maybe three, two, at least one closed beta, two open betas, might have been two closed betas. And it was fun. You know, you got to see areas of the game before anybody was in there. But then again, the curtain was raised, and by the time we got to play it for real, it wasn't like the coolness had worn off. The funniest one was Diablo itself. I think it might have been Diablo 2. They had a beta where everybody played Barbarian. And so you're in limited areas, so for like 2 weeks you were infested with barbarians. I think that was the least played class after they actually released the whatever it was they were testing for. So far all the characters seem balanced. I don't see a weakness among them. And you do have your microtransactions for appearances, cosmetics, I guess is what they call them. So at the moment, unlike Assassin's Creed, you can't necessarily buy weapons that I know of you can buy. Well, I guess one pack did have dagger in it. I don't know if it applies to all characters. I'll check that when I level next characters up tonight. Ends this weekend. Again, please consider subscribing. Once I get my vanity for my ham, I will start to do some videos on that. Talk about Echolink and my Feng. The Feng is or is it the cheapest? Let's see. Got distracted for a second. The cheapest radio you can get for hand. Let's see where we'll go now. So normally you go out in your backyard or get in your car and drive to a park somewhere, try to call out, put on a repeaters are easier because they repeat your signal as the name implies, downwind as it were. Or in the net with the Echo Link is much the same thing. So when the power goes out and the meteor hits and we lose all of our cell signals and the internet, my Feng will allow me to communicate. I plan to get a better mobile. I'm looking at a 50 watt. You can put in my car or use as a base station. The term base station in ham sense means you'll have a much more powerful station, but it, as it implies, you're not. It's not portable necessarily. And mobile units can be base stations to some extent. You do have to be careful with the ham radio in your car because the thing formerly known as a cigarette lighter may not have the wiring properly set. So look at the store for a second and see if that. What does our free item? Ooh, deadly wave. It's underwater. What is that? Can't wait for the weekend. So beautiful and sunny. Supposed to go on a ride with the other daughter tomorrow, older daughter. Youngest just moved back from Seattle. But the weather being the weather and needing to watch the dogs, I think we kind of scotched plans for that. A lot of bike ridings. Bike Minnesota is a site set up. They do one a month where you can do 10, 15, 20, 25, 50, or 100. Most I've done is 50. My daughter did 100. Said she won't do it again because you really have to know yourself and your bike. And you can tell the 100-mile people because their bikes are stripped down. And that is that for today's Cup of Feng Shui. Shout out to our friends at Chaotic Good Brewing here in Casson, Minnesota, and Under Pressure Brewing up in Golden Valley. Check them both out. Family friendly, pet friendly, Not your typical sports bars. You are there for the ambiance. And enjoy a great weekend when you're watching this. If you're watching this today, leave the work early on June 2nd. Have a good one.